Hello everyone and welcome to your fourth HTML and CSS crash course. Now in the previous tutorial we talked about HTML5 semantic tags and we also talked about inline and block elements. But in this tutorial we're just going to be covering more HTML semantic tags. More HTML tags rather, not semantic tags. So let's get rid of all this. Now I'm just going to create a div. Don't actually need this div, but let me just create it to make our work more presentable. Now in this tutorial we're going to be covering some tags that most tutorials don't touch, so make sure you stay tuned. Now the first tag we're going to be talking about is the meta tag. So you can see it's not appearing here. So the meta tag. Now this meta tag has some values assigned to it. So the first value that we assign to this meta tag is min, which is kind of like the minimum width. So we're going to make this 0 and the maximum width should be 100. Now between this minimum and maximum width you must also assign a value within the range of the minimum and maximum width. So I'm just going to assign a value of 50, which is half of the maximum width. So quickly open this with live server and you should see, let me increase. Okay, you should see like a progress bar which is halfway through. The green background is halfway through. So this is 50% of the total weight, which is 100. So now if we change this to 20, you can see the width reduces. Also, if you make this 0 again and you make this 20, it's going to be 25% of the total width. So that's about that. Now the next thing we're going to be talking about is the progress tag. So progress. Now this also has some values assigned to it. So the minimum value, set the minimum value to it, and we're going to make this 100. It's maximum. Now it has a default minimum value of 0, so it automatically assumes the minimum value of 0, so you don't need to type in min value, it's not going to work. So just type in the maximum value and you're going to assign a value to it also, and we're just going to say 50. Save this and go back to your live server and you can see it's over here, the progress tab over here. Now the next thing we're going to be talking about is the detail tag. Details. Inside this details tag we're going to have a summary. Now in this summary we're going to say the click me. Now below the summary we're going to have a paragraph tag saying this is a random paragraph. So we save this and let's go to the browser and check what it says. Okay, so it says click me. Now when you click this, you notice the paragraph tag appears over here. So this is a block element. Now I want you to observe something real quick. Now this the first tag we talked about, which was the meter tag, is an inline element, and also this progress tag is an inline element. Let me show you why. Now you can see this meter tag and the progress tag are on the same line, while this summary tag and the paragraph tag are on different lines. So whenever you have two different tags on the same line, that indicates that the first and the second tag you have on the same line are both inline elements, while the tag that appears on the next line by default is a block element. So you don't necessarily need to click this icon over here. You can click it over here. You can decide to click over here. It's still going to work. Now, okay, so let's add a list UL, and we're going to add list tag, which is li, and we're going to say home, about, and contact. So you save this and let's go back to the browser. So when you click this, you can see the should I call this nav? Okay, let's call it nav, or the list appears over here. Now the list by default has these bullet points, but these bullet points can be removed using your style sheets, which is your CSS. So we'll be covering that later in the next tutorials, not this one. So when you click this, you can see the paragraph tag and the UL tag, which is for the list, disappears, and when we click this back, they reappear over here. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is the figure tag. Now this figure tag is for images or videos with caption. So let me show you how to create an image, how to import an image using your HTML. So to import an image, we use the image tag, which is img. Now you can see it asks for the src, which is the source. So what this is saying is, where do I get the images from? Where do I get this image from? So that's what your code is asking you. Where do you want your code to get this image from? Now you can see we have an image over here, but this didn't magically appear. So let's go to my folder and I'll show you what I did. Now I got an image from my images file over here, I think in download.documents, and I pasted it over here. So you can download any random image and you paste it over here. So I'll show you how to import an image in two ways. So you can see the image is over here. So I'll show you how you link your image in your HTML. So the image tag is asking for the source. How do you want your code to get the image? So we say the name of the image is img1, so img1.jpg. Now jpg is the format in which the image has been saved. So that's one way to import an image from your HTML. So let's say we had a folder. So let's create a new folder and call this images. So let's say we have a folder called images and we move this image into this folder. Okay, wait, let's see how it looks like on the browser first. Okay, you can see the image over here. Well, I zoomed in, so I need to zoom out. Okay, so you can see the image over here. So let's move this image into the images folder. So When you go back to your browser and you refresh, you can see the image is no longer there. So why is this happening? Well, as you can see over here, we said the image, we told our code to grab this image one, img1, from just the browser. Now that from our folder rather, now that the image has been moved to an images folder, so how do we access this? Well, we simply say, we go over here and say images slash img1. So this is saying go to the images folder, then in the images folder you see an image called img1 saved as a JPEG format, JPG format rather. So grab this image and let it appear on the browser. So that's what this is saying. So when you go back, you see it automatically refreshes. So that's how to import an image. So like I said, we're going to be learning how to use the caption. So we're going to say fig caption. Now we'll say this caption is for img1. So when you scroll down, you see this text automatically appears right beneath this image. So you can see it's even on the same line. Let me zoom this in. It's on the same line with this image. So you can see when I highlighted these two tags, they are literally on the same line. So that's to show you that this is a caption. You can see that this image doesn't even appear on this line by the edge. Normally it's supposed to be by the edge. Let me try to import an image over here and say images img images through the images folder and grab the img1, save this and go back to your browser. You can see the image starts from this angle of the web page. So when you use the figure tag, the image appears to have a bit of padding, a self padding put into the image tag. So let's get rid of this. Now the next thing we're going to be talking about, which is the last thing, is marks tag. So let's create a paragraph and say this text has been marked for a reason. So save and go back to your browser. You can see the text over here. Now watch what we're going to do closely. So we're going to use the mark tag. So create the tag mark, close the tag, and we're going to move this word marked into this tag. So you save this and go back to your browser. Now you can see the word has been highlighted and given a background color of yellow rather. It has been given a background color of yellow, sort of like you reading a textbook or a novel or a storybook and you highlight a word with your yellow marker or green marker. So this word has been marked also using your HTML. So that's all we'll be learning for this tutorial. If you did enjoy this tutorial, make sure you smash the like button and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.